Hello, this is the Faithful Planner Girl, and I want to thank you for joining me today. If you're coming back as a return, thank you very much. And if you're new here to my channel, well, welcome, and I'm so glad you're here too. So, today, let's get started. I'm going to show you today a little bit more about my scripture studying and reading and writing down a few things. I have been in the She Reads Truth Bible, as I've been showing some videos in the past in Psalms. Well, today, as you can see, when I'm filming this is Monday on the 15th of April, and now I am starting Proverbs 1 through 2. So you just read a couple chapters a day. And here's my She Reads Truth Bible. And the first thing I do, of course, is always pray. Pray that the Heavenly Father will lead you in your study. And then afterwards, I read through the chapters. And sometimes I'll reread it the second time before I start my underlining, so I understand what I am reading and what it is that pertains to me, or that I want to remember what I've read. Something that's going to come back to me as soon as I see what I've done in the past, if I go at a future reference. And I just go through this same thing, next chapter, and underline the things that are important to me, that I want to stand out. And after I do that, then I have written down the going deeper part. So if you haven't seen my video before, I'll briefly go over this. I will also link another one down below for you if you want to see some in the past. Then I go deeper. There's a section over here that says going deeper, and it gives you a couple of more scriptures to look up that's going to pertain to the same study that we are reading right now. And then what I do is I like to write it down. So here I have John 1:14, and then my next one, 1 Corinthians 1:30. So I wrote those down in my margin area here. So after I do that, then I write in my planner. And this is the part that I go over the observation. I write down what exactly it is that I am studying with those two chapters. And then down below, I put the application to it of what it is that I am getting out of it and what I need to do. So that is a little bit of my section of what I've been doing. And as I read through here, I thought today what we are going to do is read a little bit over here in my illustrating Bible. So I started reading to see what this one is. This is a little bit of the same. It's a Christian Standard Bible, just like my illustrating Bible here. It is exactly like the She Reads Truth Bible, so I can follow along and find some scriptures here of what I want to journal about. So as we go over here, this is the part that says the words of the wise. So as I was reading these verses, that one kind of popped in my mind, and I thought, okay, I'll just go on Pinterest and see what I can find. So a little owl, since he's wise, that came up in my head. I love this one. You can find all kinds of different ones to print out. Some you have to purchase and others you don't. But I brought this one up, and I went ahead and traced it, printed it and traced it in my Bible. And I also have a link I'll put down below of how I trace into my Bible. And then what I wanted to do is put these words, and I am no hand lettering here very well or anything like that. So I just printed, you know, using Word, any kind of software that you have that does any type of typing. And I printed it out, and then I looked at it and I put it underneath my paper, and I saw that this was not large enough. So I adjusted the size just a little bit more. I came up with this one, and so I got some washi tape and I put it on the back of this and I traced it that way. Now I use a tracing light I'll link that, like I said, showing you how to trace, and that one will also be down below. But anyways, however you want to trace it, or just maybe you can hand letter on your own, or however you want to do it, but this is my way that I've been doing it. And I've got this little guy today. So I thought that I would bring in just a little bit of watercolor around here, and then I'm going to color in my little guy. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to get my watercolors. Let's see, we need to make a little bit more room here on my table, especially if I knock over some water or something. I don't want it to ruin my other Bible and my planner. Oh man, that would be, heaven forbid. Okay, so let's just move this like this. It's easy to flop this over. So I'm just going to have one page out where I need to do this and get this in view here for you guys. I think what I'll do is try to zoom in a little bit more too. Okay, this is a little bit better here. Bring it down some and zoom you in. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to grab my paintbrush and where did you go, paintbrush? I just had it out. Well, I'll just get another one. No big deal. Okay, so today I'm going to just do a little bit of light blue for the sky around my little guy here. Let's move you down just a tad so you can see both. Okay, hope that works a little bit better. And I'm going to pick up the light blue. Okay, add some more water to this. And just pick up some very, very light blue and slosh it around by my words. I just want it to look a little bit like sky. How are you guys all doing this week? I hope you had a restful weekend and that it was good to you. Okay, just a little bit of sloshing around like that. I really like that pretty much there. Gonna add just a tad bit more. And then I'll go on to another color. I think I'll leave it just like that. Okay, and now I am going to get a kind of an orangey yellow over here. Add a little bit more water. And I want to have it pretty loose and light there. And I'm just going to use a little bit of yellowing down here. just to add little pops of color and a little bit more water. Alrighty, he's looking kind of cute. Now I am going to dry this off camera because my dryer is quite loud. Don't want to bother everybody with that, but I'm going to use my embossing heat tool here, and I will just do that real quickly, and I'm going to darken where the pencil line is. I'm going to change that to some ink, and I will be right back with you. Okay, as you can see, I'm back, and like I said, all I did is go in and darken my little owl here in the books and the words. What I've used is the Illustrated Faith pen. It is the 0.25. So I used this one just to do the little outline. And on the words, after I outlined it, I came back with my Faber-Castell Pitt pen. I use that one quite a bit, and I love these pens. They do not bleed through. It's very nice to have these. There they are, soft brush. So this is the black. And I'll show you here my painting and the words. Nothing has bled through. You can see a little bit of ghosting outline and stuff, but no bleed through at all. So that's what I've been up to, and I started thinking, instead of doing the rest of the watercolor to make him stand out a little bit better, I thought I'd come in today with my Prismacolor. And I'm going to go ahead and use these. I love these pencils, and it's nice to build up the color. You just build up a little bit at a time, so don't go in really heavy-handed on this. You're just going to go in real lightly and start coloring. And as you go, you can build another layer on top of layer on top of layer. So that's how I like to do it. I am going to go down and find this real light color, I think. And this is called Peach. I'm going to start his little beak and his little feet with this one. I think that will do pretty well. But I'm just going to go over real lightly, back and forth motion, a little bit at a time. And like I say, if you want it a little bit darker, you come back in and go over it again, and you can go over it again. How much you want in the intensity of getting this darker. But just start out very lightly and then build your way up. Okay, that kind of starts his little feet. So cute. I think I'll do this lighter portion on the pencil too. And then I'm going to go ahead and start on a color for him. I think I'll do this little rustic color for the light tone, because I want him to stand out a little bit here with his little flock of little feathers. We want him to look cute. Because he is. He's very cute. So just lightly, I might be getting some lines, it looks like, from this sheet that's behind him. Actually, I don't need it now since I'm not painting. Yeah, that's what was coming through, I believe. There's a line to increase here on his face, and I really don't want that. I think it was picking up past paints on my mat. So this is just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to build his little face, do some light color tones on him, and then I'm going to come in and do a darker one for those bushy eyebrows he's got going on there. He looks like he's got some grandpa brows. Woolly, woolly. So this first 2 chapters that I'm reading in Proverbs, I'm really enjoying it. You know, we're supposed to obey God's word, and we're supposed to learn from Him. That's where we get our knowledge and the wisdom. That's why I thought this little wise little owl would come in real well. I think I'll just come on down here and do some. And yeah, we're supposed to get our knowledge from God, and along with others that He teaches through others. But we really have to watch what others and who it is. Who? Ah, that's funny. Who it is that we really, you know, are getting our knowledge through. Because not everybody is going to be a teacher from the Lord. That's why it's always a great idea to go back to the Bible and search His Word. If there's something that you aren't understanding or you don't think that agrees to His Word, double make sure. Oh, that's looking good. Let's go with a little darker color here. I just thought this little owl, being the wise one that he is, would go well with the statement of words of the wise. And I am in Proverbs 1, verse 6. That's where I found this. And I think what I'm going to do is put some washi tape on this whole 1 through 7, because I really want to pertain to that whole area there. But in order just to really make that one verse pop, I'm going to highlight that as well. Okay. I wish I could speed this up for you. I'm still trying to search different video ideas and information on how to do that kind of thing. It's just going to take me a while. I'm all new to this, but I'm enjoying doing this for you guys. Now, I see I didn't do all of his underneath those glasses there. It's nice he doesn't have lenses on, so I can go in and really get inside those glasses. It seems like he does, though. So I'll just do that lightly. And I don't know about you, but I think I will get to him with some blue eyes. I'm gonna have blue eyes like I have blue eyes. You think that's cute? Okay, and he needs some of his brows painted in, colored in here. His little grandpa brows. I think you're too young to have grandpa brows. It's cute. I want to make these stand out a little bit more than his fur, or his feathers, I guess I should say. His little feathers down there. So make these a little bit darker. And I want to come in and highlight on some of these areas that he has those little fluffed up feathers with these little lines in here. So I thought I'll get a little bit darker one to let those stand out even more. A little bit darker shade. Just come back over and over, not pressing hard, just going over the same thing over and over, and it gets darker as you go. So he's looking really cute. I'm going to get that darker brown. And this is where I want to do these darker tones over here, where all these little, fluffy areas are. It just makes them pop out a little bit more, kind of like an outline. It will stand out. Are you wise like the owl? And learning from God? I hope so. Each day we should be in the Word. I'm going to use this lighter tone I did down here for the darker tone on his little hair. So it will stick out a little bit more, but not too terribly dark. It just gives him a little bit of character. Little bit at a time here. I think I'll go back in with this color here. Oh, let's first put down some other yellow. Let's see, I'm working with the orange actually. It's a yellowish orange, kind of like a school pencil here. Get some brightness going down in the background, and if it's too bright, then I'm going to go over it just a tad here with this is the golden rod that I used for this part, and I'm going to go back over this pencil with the golden rod. It just tones it down just a tad, but it doesn't blend in so much with that. Okay, and now I'm going to go back in with a black real lightly and do that pencil. I see my set here does not have a gray. Now this set is only a 24, but they do make these in larger sets as well. And you can find them at Amazon or art supply places like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They have the Prismacolors. Let's see, let's make his book, the first one, a green. This is a grass green. I might tone that one down a little bit darker too. It's a little on the bright side, isn't it? You just kind of play around as you go, learn as you go. And just take it one step at a time. I think I will throw in a little bit of the dark shade on top. I don't want a real dark Kelly, but if you do the two together, it kind of intermixes them. And it's not quite dark, but it's not quite as bright green either. Okay, he's looking pretty good. I'm going to go with an orange color. This is like a brighter orange. It's just a regular orange. And I'm going to do the next book this way. And I'm liking that. That looks pretty good along with the green. And let's see, what can we do for the inside of the book? I really don't have a gold color besides his fur color. I guess I can go back to that. I don't want the same color as his feet because then it will blend in. So I'll go back to picking up the same color here. Oops, I didn't finish that top. That might help. I need to finish the top part of this book, don't I? And part of that green went on there. I probably should have done the orange first. Always go with your lighter tones first and then move into the darker tones. So I think this will be okay for the book as well. I'm going to leave that quite light. And then I will go and do those pages in those lines with a darker color, like I did his little face fur there. Okay, so we need that rustic brown one. What was that? The sienna brown. That's what I use to outline that and do the rest of his fur. I'm going to do the same to this here, like so. Makes those lines stand out a little bit better. And like I said, you can go over and over if you want his fur to be a little bit darker, which I might do, but I don't need to do the whole thing here. You guys have watched long enough. But make sure that you date it, and that's what I forgot on my other ones. On video I forgot. Make sure you date the page when you do your journaling. And make sure you add a clip to the top or something if you want it to stand out. But I'll go in here and shade him up just a tad bit more to make him a little bit darker, brighter. So now I want to grab just some tape, like washi tape. I wanted this to stand out here, I said. So I'm going to do this. And that real thin little area here, I want to go across this way. So I cut this one down just a tad. I want to be able to remember to read that whole thing, and I'm going to come in with another pen, which is an orange glaze, same as my black pen that I was filling in with Faber-Castell, and it is verse 6, Proverbs 1:6. So I'm just going to highlight that, the words of the wise. Okay, so that's my entry today. I love that you guys were here to follow me and watch. Just playing around in my journaling Bible. and having some fun with my worship time. And I'm going to take a tab from Illustrated Faith, and what I did is I grabbed my label maker and I put Words of the Wise right there. And I'll grab another little clip with some ribbon. I didn't make that up yet, but I'm going to go do that and add that on the top, and so there you go. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I kind of want to explain as I went. I sure wish I could have sped it up for you, and I'm going to keep searching that so these won't be so long. But thank you for sticking with me, or fast forwarding all the way through. That's fine too. And I'm just happy that you were here with me today. So if you'd like to see some more videos like this, please hit the like button and give me a comment or two what you'd like to see. So thank you again, and may God bless.